Alright, now I take my glue and mix it up real good. And then I take just a light coating here and run it up the inside of the ear. You're okay, buddy. Start at the bump, go up. And if he was being more cooperative, stay there. We wouldn't have it on the side of his face, for starters. Anyways. And I just put some on the back side because you're going to run that tape down the back. I do it on both ears. Good boy, buddy. Your stay is going to go more on the skin part, not so much on the side that's not cropped. So when I run my glue up the ear, it's more on the skin side up here. It goes from the bump straight up to the top. I let that sit and get a little tacky, and then I get my stay and I do the same on the sticky side. I get a decent amount on the bottom, but don't get too much. If you go overboard, it won't stick. It'll just smear around. Let that one sit. Do the same on the other. I actually do this on the counter, but I'm trying to show you, so holding it, same thing, let it dry, and I put some on the smooth side because we have the edge of this, just a small amount. I still may trim this. Get back in there, buddy. Not ready yet. These all know more. In a minute, actually, I usually do it before I put the glue on, but since I forgot, it's just a small amount of glue, not overboard. I take my stay, and it's kind of, they stick all over your fingers, so I go in right at the bump. Don't press down against it, just right there above it. And I lift the ear, pull the ear up in the air, so you're going to pull it up and stick it on the stay. Don't let it hang and stick the stay to it. Pull it up and stick it on the stay. Then I take the top and I fold over, but see, I already did it where I'm too far over on the edge, so to pull it down. Sorry, buddy. Scoot it over, because I'd never like to cover the incision edge. I fold it over, squeeze it. Now it's stuck on both sides. The incision is completely still open so it can get air. We have, you're being a good sport, buddy. So it's right above the bump. Incision's still open. There's the back. I do the same on the other ear. We like to pull the ear up onto it. Just make sure that you don't cover the incision. Fold it over itself. Make sure you don't bend the ear when you fold it. Always fold it just a hair higher than the ear tip. Once I get them up there, I always just firmly press without hurting the puppy. Don't want to hurt Broker, do we, buddy? Once I get that part done, I take my foam piece, which remember we glued the outside. I'm going to see where I want that. You never want this foam going over the ear. You want it inside so it can have the natural curve to it. Some people make them too wide and they're sticking out, but see, there's a natural curve there. That curve needs to stay. So you want it right above the bump. This one's too tall. So I want it about half the size, so I just snip off about there. Now I'll take just a little bit of glue again. Not overboard. Just touch some glue here where I'm going to put that stay. See, I just tuck that in there. And because there's still the incision, I'd like it to be just a little gap in between there. So obviously don't cut the ear. And I don't do that every time, just until they're healed, but I like a little bit of a gap there. My incision. It's sticking nice. And then I get my tape and this tear piece. I always try to stick it where you know it's going to come back around and not be on an incision. If you have no choice because they aren't completely healed, then just go lightly. And I take the tape. I always stick the tape, go towards the front of the face and go around. I never go backwards. I always go forward. Oop, okay. I always go forward because there's this natural fold here. If you go the other way, then it's going to bend it the wrong way. And I just lay it. Hold the ear about where I think it will be. Keep it tape nice and loose. And I just lay the tape on there. And then I take my hand and squeeze. Tape on. Never pull it tight. Don't ever take the tape and squeeze it tight around the ear. They need a little bit of movement in there, a little bit of room so they can move and work the ear. If they can't work the ear, the muscle will never develop and the ear will not stand. I'm going to take a second piece, go just a tad higher. In this case, I would normally I would go completely over, but since we're not totally healed there, I'm going to just lay it right here. And don't forget, since they are not healed completely, I check them every couple days and adjust when I need to. So that ear is completely done.